align yourself with your future self. Like, really sit down and figure out who you want to be in the future, and then you kind of just start showing up as that person in today. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra. For those who are new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button just to stay up to date with my latest uploads. Okay, so this is probably like the 8th time that I recorded a video because I've just been rambling because I don't really know if I should talk about what I'm supposed to be talking about today, or do I talk about the current climate of the world. And I feel like I want this video to be a break from that. And I'm not trying to sound insensitive, but like, it's okay to take a break, you know, like, it's okay. You don't have to sit and consume this negative media all day. And I understand bad things are happening in the world, but I also feel like I serve a God, a most high God, who has the power to do anything. So I really feel like if we as a whole, as a community, draw closer to God, that's how we can make some change happen. And he can do it overnight. Honestly, he can do anything he want to do. But I think he's waiting for his people to call out to him. And I know some people are, but I feel like, I think it needs to be like, I don't know. I got a feeling that that's what needs to happen. I don't know where it's not happening, but I feel like it needs to happen somewhere. So that's what I'm gonna leave that there. I feel like people need a break. So today I'm gonna be talking about happiness. Now, I actually wrote a blog post about this last week, and it's really just talking about how you have to create happiness. And something that sparked me to actually do this video is that I was watching the latest episode of Insecure. And we can just see Issa's growth from season 1 to now. And if you don't watch Insecure, I'm sorry. It's like a really good show. But like, we can see Issa's growth from, you know, season 1 to now. And she was talking about like how she was dependent on happiness, you know, from relationships, from her job, just so many external things. And she realized that she had to create happiness for herself. And if that was not just like a boop, light bulb to go off for me, because I've been in that same predicament for so long. And I know 2020 has been awful for so many people, but 2020 has been amazing to me. Amazing. Like, amazing. And I'm so sorry if I sound insensitive, but God has really been showing out in my life. Like, I think I've grown in ways that I didn't even think that was possible in a short period of probably about 6 months. 6 months of 2020. And it all started from me shifting my mind and creating my own happiness. Now, we all have a brain. The brain is such a complex organ, but it helps us survive. Now, it may create some unhealthy ways, but that is its sole purpose, to keep you here, to make sure you're alive. I feel like we all have had bad things happen in our life. We are all dealt cards. And it's really up to us how we respond to these cards. Now, mind you, when you're younger, you don't know everything. You really don't have the full capacity of your brain until 25. So maybe that's why I feel like that I just know everything now. Just kidding. But like, I feel like a light bulb did come on within this year of me turning 25, of just being able to pull everything full circle. I would just ponder on like the negative things in life, like, I was born to a household where my parents aren't married, so I didn't get to see the examples of like love in a 2-parent household growing up. Or, I went to a school where everybody treated me like this. Or, like just literally complaining and moping. But at the end of the day, I'm not like dismissing my feelings, but you know, I've gone through that and I'm able to process it now. But it's time to move forward. And you know, we can't go back and respond to those old situations, but we can respond to new situations. And it's up to you to figure out what you will do now, what you will do today. Like, You don't have to keep being that same person. It's literally the smallest shift, but it will make a monumental change in your life. So serious. So let me tell you how I did it. I don't know if it's gonna work for everybody, but this is working for me. I actually did a blog post on this. I don't know if I already said that, but I'll be sure to link the blog below. And I do have a little bit of notes here just for me to reference. Like I said, you have to really change your mindset and figure out, you know, what you want. Or if you're spiritual, figure out what God's will is for your life. Let me get this scripture for you guys. So the scripture is Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renewing of your mind. To me, that sounds like you need to gain some new knowledge. You need to change some things up. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. Like that scripture hit, like legit. We gotta change the brain. We gotta change what we're thinking. And you know how you do it? You take in more knowledge. You can read the Bible. Oh my God, people be so, and I'm not trying to, I know I sound like so passionate and stuff, but like, because I've literally watched God do some major work in my life. But when you are able to open up your heart and actually read this Bible, it will check you. Check you. You'll be reading it, you'll be like, ooh. Ooh. That's God. That's nobody but God. My camera keeps going out of focus. He will correct your behavior. And that's not wrong. And he will correct it through his word. Another way to take in some new knowledge is to, you know, read some books. I feel like self-help books really help me. It helps you develop in areas that you may be weak in. So I feel like that's another good place to start. If you don't like to read, guess what? The Bible app, you can play it. I kind of get like mumbled and jumbled up when I read the Bible. And so I started listening to it. Now you got to listen to it sitting up because you might fall asleep. I'm just saying, the devil be working. But yes, start playing it. So you can play the Bible. They have audiobooks. Another good thing to do is listen to some informational podcasts that are going to help you. I know you can listen to stuff for, you know, leisure and entertainment. That's cool too. And then also make sure you're taking in maybe some free YouTube videos. There's so many like lessons and courses on YouTube. Like, take in new knowledge. And that's another way that I feel like we can really, really help our community. I know like a lot of times our community may not have access to all this stuff, but I don't know how we can get more access to these things in our community, but I feel like it's gonna start there. We need to put more knowledge back into our community. Another thing you really gotta do is you gotta trick your brain. Your emotions don't run you. They don't control you. They really don't. And the more you start to speak positivity, the more you're gonna start to believe it. So something that helped for me is like, I became positive Patty. I'm not even gonna lie. My friends probably think I'm irritating. My boyfriend probably think I'm irritating. But I always try to be optimistic. I always try to look on the bright side. And I used to be such a negative person. I'm still pretty scary though. I don't really like to try new things. But I'm trying. But like, I try to be positive. I try to, you know, affirm myself. I try to affirm other people any chance I get. But like, you really got to speak over your life. Like, and that's scripture too. Life and death is in the power of the tongue, something like that. That's in the book. So I'm telling y'all, get in that Bible. But yeah, speak over yourself, affirm yourself. Now, this is something that I suggested to my friend and she thought I was totally crazy, but align yourself with your future self. Like, really sit down and figure out who you want to be in the future, and then you kind of just start showing up as that person in today. Like, and it's just all working towards your good. So if you know you want to be a doctor in the future, you got to start making those doctor moves now. Make sure, you know, if you're in high school, you're getting good grades to get into a good college, to get into a good medical program. Just really, you know, figuring out who you want to be in the future, and just start showing up as that person. If you want to be somebody who's super loving, understanding, you can start that today. You don't have to wait to the future to be that. So That's something that really worked for me. And it's kind of like just imagination. Like, okay, I imagine, you know, I want to be this strong woman. I want to, you know, be a life coach, be a speaker. Start showing up today, sis. Get on this camera. And the last thing that'll really help, and this is something that you may have to do with a life coach, but it's to start asking yourself the right questions. Asking your brain questions is a powerful tool. Our brains are meant to help us survive. So sometimes our brain will block out certain things so you don't have to experience that pain anymore. But they're complicated. I don't even think doctors and stuff and scientists really know like the full everything about the brain. But just know it is a machine and you can really train it to work for you. So think about it like this. You ever found yourself just like, oh, I'm in a bad mood. Ugh. Why am I always in a bad mood? If you think about why you're always in a bad mood, your brain is going to come up with reasons you're in a bad mood, such as because it was traffic on the freeway, I spilled my coffee, I woke up late, I didn't make it to the gym. Like, you just literally get a whole list of things that were just awful. But you gotta challenge yourself. You have to challenge that brain. Ask yourself, how can I be happier? Your brain will do the same thing. It will start to list off ways for you to create happiness in your life. And if you may struggle with this, that's something that you probably should reach out to a life coach for. You guys can book me. My link will be in the bio. But really just asking you the right questions to get your brain like ignited. Kind of just help you dissect some things and put things in the right place. And then I think it'll make the vision clearer for what you want. And that is how you create happiness. You figure out what you want and you just go for it. You start to, you know, incorporate those things in your life on the daily. I'm sorry if you guys see my pajamas. Quarantine life. Personally, for myself, I was searching for this feeling of happiness. But really, what I was searching for was perfection. So I wouldn't complete things because it wasn't perfect, or I didn't like things because it wasn't perfect. And I probably was happy, but because I was looking for it to be perfect, I couldn't enjoy the emotion of happiness. So that's another thing I want to end on. Make sure that you're not, you know, focusing on things to be just a certain way. Everything's not going to always be perfect. And you know, this goes out to my perfectionists out there like me. You know, completing something is better than it being perfect. And that's something I have to tell myself when I'm out running. Is like, if my time is not the same, I kind of start to feel bad. But then I'm like, no, sis, you still finished it. You still finished your 4 miles. You know, just because you ran a little slower today doesn't mean you didn't complete 4 miles. Like, you still did the same distance. It's okay. And I completed it. And that's the same with anything else. Like, I would start so many projects and I just wouldn't complete them because I felt like they weren't perfect enough. So I want to really encourage you guys to kind of shift your brain and start to create that happiness in your life. I hope this video was some kind of informational, entertaining. I know it's so much going on in the world right now and my heart is heavy. However, I know God can do anything. So I will continue to pray for, you know, everyone's safety and just the safety of this country. Like, ooh, it's a lot. But like I said, I know He can do anything. So I want you guys to stay blessed. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys another time.